previous videos, we have talked a lot about costs and revenues. You may now think that this is the main factor in deciding between various emission reduction options. But there is more than just financial cost and revenues to these decisions. Decisions about emissions are made by citizens, by companies and other organizations, and by policymakers. Of course, all these stakeholders influence each other. Decisions on policies, behavior, and investment will therefore be influenced by numerous factors. All decision makers take quite a number of aspects into account. Of course, first of all, financial costs and benefits remain important. But there are other elements as well. For example, environmental impacts of greenhouse gas emission reductions. Options to reduce greenhouse gas emissions do exactly that, but at the same time, they may also reduce local air pollution. Moreover, policymakers will find it very important whether certain measures have a positive impact on local employment and local economies. Another element is that there will always be risk associated with certain options, or maybe just perceived risks, but they influence the decisions that are taken. Certain options will face more hassle with implementation and legislation than others do. And last but not least, the X factor should not be overlooked. Certain technologies are so fascinating that people just want to have them. You also see that reflected in the preferences that people have for certain technologies when it comes to emission reduction. Just as an illustration of these preferences, I show this graph. This diagram represents various means of producing energy and the percentage of support for the technology. Solar energy, shown in yellow, for example, is widely accepted in the Western world, followed by wind energy, shown in blue. Nuclear energy is least popular, shown in orange. Bioenergy, in green, seems to be always somewhere in the middle. For emission reduction options, we also see clear preferences. Energy efficiency options are clearly preferred. But carbon capture and storage, in purple, seems to be of the lowest preference. While this graph only represents the opinion of the public, policymakers or business leaders may follow suit or disagree. Anyway, it illustrates the fact that there are preferences that go beyond cost-benefit analysis, and that it is important to keep these factors in mind when it comes to energy projects. Cost-benefit analysis is an important tool in mitigation of climate change, but it must be complemented with other evaluation tools and methods to achieve the goals timely and effectively. Thank you very much for watching the final video of this week. I hope you have enjoyed the content thus far. After this week of methodology, next week we will discuss mitigation options such as energy efficiency and renewable energy in more detail. See you then.